ആകാശവാണി വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ രംഗം.
വിജയവാണി. SSLC പരീക്ഷാ സഹായി. ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പാഠഭാഗങ്ങളെ ആസ്പദമാക്കിയുള്ള രണ്ടാമത്തെ ക്ലാസ് അവതരിപ്പിക്കുന്നത് തിരുവനന്തപുരം മൈലം GV രാജ സ്പോർട്സ് സ്കൂൾ അധ്യാപിക ലിഷ എസ് തപസ്.
Good evening, dears. Welcome back to English Classroom. In the last class, we discussed the first 3 units of Standard 10 English Reader. Today, we are going to discuss the last 2 units, 4 and 5. The 4th unit titled Flights of Fancy. The first lesson is The Scholarship Jacket by Martha Salinas. This story is about a Mexican-American girl. She is an 8th grade student of Texas school. The Texas school had a tradition. Every year, a scholarship jacket was presented to the class 8 topper. A jacket was awarded to the student who had maintained the highest grades for 8 years. Martha belongs to a very poor family. Winning the title as the class valedictorian is the only chance for Martha to possess this jacket. Martha is a skinny girl, very smart and studious. The only dream of her life is to receive the scholarship jacket. She was shocked to overhear the heated argument between 2 of her teachers, Mr. Schmidt, history teacher, Mr. Boone, maths teacher, regarding presenting the jacket. The school board wishes to present the jacket to Jonah because her father is one of the member of the board and owns the only store in the town. The next day, the school principal informs Martha, this year there is a change in the policy of the school. That is, the scholarship jacket is not free and she has to pay $15 to get it. She informs this to her grandfather. Her grandfather said, Martha, if you pay $15, it is not a scholarship jacket. Tell your principal I will not pay the $15. This statement by Martha's grandfather was strong enough to make the principal and school board to change their wrong policy. Thus, finally, Martha won the jacket. Her life dream and fruit of 8 years of hard work has come true. Expected questions. First question. Martha is so excited and thrilled to receive the scholarship jacket. After receiving the jacket, Martha delivers a speech. Prepare the speech by Martha. Key points to remember. Salutation, respected principal, teachers, parents and dear friends. Introduce the topic. You can begin like this. Today, I feel privileged to stand before you to speak a few words or I would like to share. Use a personal touch. For example, you can add, my dear friends, do you know, don't you feel so? And say the details in a sequential order. Give a proper conclusion. Thank you, one and all. You can begin the speech like this. Today, I stand before you with a thrilled and proud heart. It has been my dream to win the scholarship jacket. Hope that it's clear to you all. Let's move on to the next question. Martha's principal writes a letter to the management to inform about the change in the decision made by the management regarding the scholarship jacket. Prepare the likely letter. Points to remember. First point, identify the form of letter, formal or informal. Second one, style of salutation or greeting. Third one, subject line, it is a must in formal letter. Content, the complete text of the letter, the subject matter must be included. Then there should be an apt conclusion. Remember, here you are asked to prepare a formal letter. Write the from address, then to address, salutation, content, give a proper conclusion. You can wind up the letter with yours faithfully, put signature. Now let's move on to the next question. News report about Martha's winning the jacket. Key points to remember. There should be a catchy news headline, date, place, and you should mention about the staff reporter. Next point, detail the incident. There should be a lead sentence and you should organize the information sequentially. Reporting style is very important and there should be a proper conclusion. For this question, you can begin the answer like this. Heading, Martha wins scholarship jacket. Then you can add the date, staff reporter, place, you can mention the place name, Texas. You can begin your news writing like this. Martha, a 14-year-old Mexican-American girl and 8th grade student of Texas school, has won the scholarship jacket. Then conclude your newspaper report. Next question. You can also expect a question of narration too. Prepare likely narrative of the story, the scholarship jacket. Next question. Fill in the blanks with suitable phrasal verb. Listen to the passage. Martha was dash when she heard the heated exchange between Mr. Boone and Mr. Schmidt. Quite upset, she dash meet principal and dash her concerns to him. Within bracket, given, call on, make up one's mind, taken aback, put forward, call off. Given means to yield, surrender or to agree. Call on means ask, demand or invite. Make up one's mind means to decide or choose. Taken aback means shocked, surprised. Put forward, suggest, propose, move forward. Call off, to cancel. Now let's move on to the answer. Martha was taken aback when she heard the heated exchange between Mr. Boone and Mr. Schmidt. Quite upset, she made up her mind to meet principal and put forward her concerns to him. Let's move on to the next lesson, Poetry by Pablo Neruda. Poetry is an excellent poem written by the Chilean poet Neftali Ricardo Reis Basalto, popularly known by his pen name Pablo Neruda. About the poem Poetry. Pablo Neruda's poem Poetry deal with the idea of poetic inspiration. It is about how the poet gets inspiration to write poetry. The poetic devices used in the poem. First one, personification. Example, poetry arrived in search of me. Alliteration. Example, something started in my soul. Hyperbole. Example, there I was without a face. My heart broke loose on the wind. Expected questions. Appreciation of the poem Poetry. Another question, the poetic lines will be there. You should read the poetic lines and answer the questions follows. Now let's move on to the last lesson in Unit 4, that is The Never Never Nest by Cedric Maud. The Never Never Nest is a one-act play make fun of an young couple, Jack and Jill, who entirely use the buy now, pay later marketing system. The characters are Jack and Jill, the couple, and Aunt Jane. Expected questions. Review of the play The Never Never Nest. Next question. Character sketch of Aunt Jane. Key points. Name of the character, role and significance, physical appearance, personality traits, relationship with other characters and conclusion. I would like to mention a question from Reported speech. Listen. And Jane, how much do you earn? Jack, I earn £6. Answer. And Jane asked Jack how much he earned. Jack replied that he earned £6. Let's move on to the last unit, Ray of Hope now. The first lesson, Vanga, by the Russian writer Anton Chekhov. Vanga Sukov, a 9-year-old boy, is an apprentice at Alykin, the shoemaker family. Vanga did not go to bed on Christmas evening. He is writing a letter to his grandfather. Vanga is crying and writing his bitter experiences to his grandfather, Konstantin Makarich. Vanga says for him, no mummy and daddy, only one relative in this world, that is his grandfather. Vanga said his life is worse than a dog at Alykin, the shoemaker family at Moscow. Vanga hoped that his grandfather will come and save him from here. Vanga also cherishes his good golden days with his mother and grandfather. Now Vanga is sleeping with a sweet dream. He will be saved from here. Expected questions. Prepare the likely narrative of the story Vanga. Another question. Vanga stands as a symbol of child labor. Prepare a write-up against child labor based on your reading of the story Vanga. Key points to remember. There should be a catchy title, detailed analysis of the theme of the story, linking words must be used, content should be there, and there should be a proper conclusion too. Another question. Imagine that the grandfather sent a reply letter to Vanga. Attempt a possible reply letter by Konstantin Makarich. You should keep a point in your mind. It is an informal letter. So you should mention the date line. Then there should be a salutation. Content must be there. And there should be a proper ending. Another question. Prepare the likely dialogue between Vanga and his master. There should be minimum 4 exchanges. Next question. Character sketch of Vanga. Now let's move on to the poem Mother to Son. Mother to Son is an excellent poem by the American poet and social activist James Mercier Langston Hughes. This is a dramatic monologue composed in freestyle. The speaker is the mother, son is the passive listener. The language of the poem is Afro-American dialect. Expected question, appreciation of the poem Mother to Son. Now we will discuss the last lesson, The Castaway by Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore, the Bengali writer who reshaped Bengali literature. The Castaway is an extract from Tagore's autobiographical work, My Boyhood Days. The Castaway depicts the suffering of a young orphan boy, Neelakantha. The story happened near the river bank of Ganges. Expected questions, narrative of the story The Castaway, character sketch of Neelakantha, another question, Neelakantha and Vanga, victims of child labor, comment on it. It may be a paragraph question. Hello dears, hope that you got an idea about the last 2 units of Standard 10 English Reader. So prepare well for your SSLC examination. All the best. Thank you.
ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പാഠഭാഗങ്ങളെ ആസ്പദമാക്കിയുള്ള രണ്ടാമത്തെ ക്ലാസ്സാണ് ഇതുവരെ കേട്ടത്. അവതരിപ്പിച്ചത് തിരുവനന്തപുരം മൈലം GV രാജ സ്പോർട്സ് സ്കൂൾ അധ്യാപിക ലിഷ എസ് തപസ്. വിജയവാണി SSLC പരീക്ഷാ സഹായി.
വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ രംഗം സമാപിച്ചു.